Hey guys, Only Asian here from San Antonio, Texas. We were down here for PAX South, and what a time we had this weekend. I always was thinking about to myself, what would I do with some spare time, which we have a lot of because of Storm Harper, and I was thinking that every single person that comes up and asks me, there's always a question of what's in the backpack. What are you streaming with? How are you IRL streaming right now in these kind of places? So I thought I would go over all of the components with you today because I have a little bit of extra time being stuck here in San Antonio. Our flight was delayed by 2 days. So first, I want to thank LiveView and Unlimited IRL for sponsoring our trip down here. They are the reason why I'm able to bring you this content and also be down in San Antonio, which is awesome. I want to thank them. They are great companies. We will go over a couple of their products that we're using in our book bag itself. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So obviously, the biggest part of the backpack itself is the backpack. So we have the Manfrotto Lifestyle NX backpack, as you can see. It is a pretty good backpack. It has a front pocket here that I like to place cables, charging cables, things like that in. What's really nice about this side is that it's got this little strap here. So for a selfie stick or something like that, you can put it in here and have it stay in here without having to worry about it falling, which is awesome. It's got a top compartment, a bottom compartment, and a bunch of little secret little pockets as well. So that's the backpack. Moving into the actual components of the rig itself, we have first the video. So we have the Sony HDR AS300 camera. It is in its waterproof case. It is really good. It has its own little gimbal-like features where it kind of does motion sense and allows you to not have to worry about the gimbal that everyone uses to counteract the motion sickness or the bouncing that you see in cameras. This has one built in itself and it works really well. The waterproof case is on it because I like it. It does, however, block out the sound. So what I've done here is I've cut out the back, as you can see, so that all the wires and everything can still plug into it. Great quality. Some people do use the 4K version, but I think that this is more than okay for me. I may upgrade in the future, but I just don't see the reason now. Which kind of brings me into the next part of the backpack here. So because I have the waterproof casing on the camera, the audio from it or the microphone is blocked and it gets very muffled, very, very soft in nature, and obviously not good enough for streaming. So what I did, I went out and purchased this Rode microphone. It comes with a great windbreaker and a little shock mount on it, which then I have attached to the Sony shoulder mount or backpack mount. So it basically sits right here and then I can talk to it the entire time. So that's another component that you have, the shoulder mount for the backpack, the Sony shoulder mount for the camera. The sound quality is good enough with that one for sure. You then have the Joby tripod that I use. So I do use the Joby tripod. It's the Gorilla mount. It hooks onto anything that it can wrap its arms around and holds it steady. It's great to have this for when you're going out eating, want to sit down, relax without holding your selfie stick with the camera and all of that. So having this here and available to you on a regular is really good to have. Any small tripod would work, but this one I like because you can really manipulate how you angle it, things like that. So if anything is off tilt or unsteady or on uneven ground, you can still get that nice, flat, level surface. So that kind of brings us right into the nitty-gritty of the backpack itself, the big boy components. So down in this compartment here, this is not where I placed them, but we have the LiveView Solo unit. So guys, obviously this one here is probably the most important one. It is a live encoder that will stream to your whatever platform you're using. I forget exactly which ones they support now, but Twitch is definitely one of those. So the one that I use is Twitch, obviously, and it uploads it directly to there, or I can have it go to a private server, an RTMP server, and then use it directly through their setup as well. But it does have two USB hookups, an HDMI hookup, and a Ethernet hookup, which we use. And then the DC in. It does have a battery pack, so you don't necessarily need to have the power supply if you only want to stream for a couple hours. It works really well. So without this guy here, we wouldn't be able to bring you the stream, and especially in the quality that it does. So anyone who wants to take IRL streaming very serious, I highly suggest using this guy here, the LiveView Solo unit. The next two things here is from our other sponsor, so it's Unlimited IRL. You can see that these are the two Netgear Hotspot Hubs. We use the magenta and blue plan. So what they are is AT&T and T-Mobile, and they give us wireless connection. However, with the Netgear that we have here, we can hook in the Ethernet, so we directly hook into an Ethernet into the LiveView Solo unit itself, which gives us just even better connection and quality. And then what the LiveView does, which is really special, is it connects up to 4 of these devices into it and makes it into one stable connection, which allows us to stream to you with the quality that we do. But yeah, Unlimited are truly unlimited, and they really work on getting the upload speed up there for you. You can still download at great speeds. I use it all the time on the road, but the upload speed is second to none. So definitely use it. And then what powers the entire backpack? We use the Power Oak 50,000 milliamp power block. So this is it here. It is massive, it is heavy, and it gets very hot. So as I was talking about before, how there weren't any vent system or ventilation in the backpack, it is a little bit of a big deal. You got to open it up every once in a while when you're sitting down, eating, something like that. But what's really nice about the power block, one, it's 50,000 milliamps, which is a ton of power, and lasts up to 10 hours, I'd say, of streaming with all the things I just showed you. But it has the 4 USBs, the 12 volt, which is what the LiveView uses. So that's what that does, and it has a nice little power indicator to tell you when you're about to run out. This thing is great. I actually have two of them because of how much time I stream. Sometimes I stream 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I need both of them. But for the most part, for most streamers, I would say that one is obviously more than enough. And even if you don't stream that long, you could even go slower than that. But the Power Oak has been reliable for me, hasn't had any issues with it, except for a little bit of overheating, which you're gonna run into in any rig. So just so you know, this one is great. And then the rest we have is all the powers and cables, which I won't go through singularly, but the one that I do get questions actually a lot with is the Tech Flex mesh that's on this cable. So it's a Tech Flex mesh. It's just a tubing of mesh that goes around the cables to keep them nice and neat and clean looking. So that's what that is, Tech Flex, okay? Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to give you a little quick thing about all of this. I just want to make sure to remind you guys that this was all inspired by Gun Run TV. He's the one that gave me the idea to do all of this. He had already made this pack, like the idea of it and all the components, and then we just adjusted it here and there whatever way we needed to. But it all started with him, and then everyone else kind of followed suit. So thank you to him. Thank you for all of you for watching this video, and I hope this helps you. Let me know in the comments if it does or not, and retweet it if it does, okay? Hey, I will see you guys next time, and hopefully it will be from somewhere else, not in San Antonio, and not stuck in this beautiful weather, though. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.